Hey everybody, welcome to the Nintendo Treehouse. I am Eric, and right next to me is Morgan,
Hey guys.
Corey, and Ethan.
Yo.
These bad dudes are resident Splatoon experts.
Yes.
That was an awesome Nintendo Direct.
That
Oh my
direct-
gosh.
That direct was no joke.
200 cc's.
So many
Seriously,
CCs.
no joke. 200
Yeah.
CCs. People out there think they're ready.
Nobody's ready for
Yeah.
200
nobody
cc.
is
That's
ready.
Corey
fast.
picked the wrong day to wear his 100cc champion shirt, I think.
Yeah, that's true.
Also, new Fire Emblem.
New Fire Emblem's
That was
looking
pretty crazy.
Really good.
Yeah.
Super excited about that. Some of those indie trailers
Yes.
were
Yeah, it was
looking
awesome.
looking amazing. Star Wall.
Yeah.
That game
Dude,
is
so
yes.
this is
looking really
the
awesome.
year 30th anniversary. The trailer they made with Mario Maker.
Yeah.
It's coming out this year.
Yeah, Mario Maker is a game that I am so hyped about. It's looking,
We're
looking
all
so,
over 30, 30th anniversary.
so-
it hits home for us.
It
We get to make
It
Mario
does.
this
There's a
year.
lot of
pretty sweet
nostalgia
indies.
there. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that was a great
looking,
reel.
Looking really good. There's so much good stuff out there, and a lot of
I'm
people.
excited.
The people are hyped up. Mewtwo is going to be
Yeah, Smash.
absolutely
Don't forget
massive.
about Mewtwo.
And
And
we're
And
still-
Lucas.
Yes.
Still playing so much Smash in the office right now.
I
know, that
A
Smash
lot
stuff's
of, I don't know
crazy.
who's going to claim that
Too much
character
to
for their
talk
own,
about.
but it's going to be a little bit of competition there. Yeah.
Smash Ballot too.
Uh-huh.
So that's exciting.
But today we were talking about Splatoon.
yes, but we are
right?
here today for Splatoon
Yeah.
gameplay.
Yeah.
So
It's time.
We're
It is
we're
now
gonna be
time.
hanging out and playing that.
Yes.
I actually have some work to
I
do.
think you gotta get back
While
to
you
work.
guys are playing video games.
Yeah.
for
That's
the-
what we
for
do all
for the
day.
rest of the day. That's all you do anyway,
Yeah.
right?
So
you guys have some fun. I'm
we'll
gonna hand
take it over. We're
yeah.
gonna play some Splatoon. Thanks for joining
Yeah.
us.
All right.
And all right, guys,
Take it away.
let's
Go
go.
play
Yeah,
some
let's do
Splatoon.
this.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Cool.
So as Eric said, thanks, Eric. We are here to play Splatoon for you guys. Really excited. We're gonna work our way through some different content. We're going to show some online multiplayer. We're going to show some single-player missions, but we're actually going to start with something we just showed you guys in the Direct, which is Battle Dojo, which is local one-on-one multiplayer.
Cool. Just kick it
So,
off.
yeah, Corey, why don't you jump
All
right
right,
into
this.
it?
Cool. So for those of you that have maybe not seen Splatoon kind of in depth, I'm going to spend just a couple minutes here kind of explaining just the basics. I'm playing on the Wii U gamepad here. In Splatoon, you control these characters called Inklings. They're kind of half squid, half humans. You can fire ink out of your gun there. You can, if you hold down the ZL button, you're able to transform into a squid, right? And with that, you get some new abilities like being able to swim in your ink. You actually move a lot faster when you do that. You can jump out of it. You're also able to, like, if I spray up here.
Having a little bit of issue with my control here. So I'm just going to resync my controller really quick.
Okay. So I sprayed the wall here. Normally I can't jump up and reach that, but as a squid, if you turn in, you can swim right up walls, get a kind of a good angle up here, perch down. And in Splatoon, you've got these Inklings. In the single-player story, you actually face off against the octopus arch-rivals, the Octarians. But the main mode in Splatoon is actually called Turf War. You're seeing me kind of just splatter ink all around. And in that main online multiplayer, 4 versus 4, you're going to be trying to cover as much ground as you can in the time limit. Now, again, I'm playing on the gamepad, but normally you're going to be seeing the footage on the TV where the gamepad kind of acts as this overhead map, which we'll see a little bit later when we play Turf War. However, in this 1v1 local match, I've got the gamepad here. I'm using motion control. Ethan is playing with the Wii U Pro Controller on the TV right now. With that said, the rules of local multiplayer are a little bit different than Turf War. I'm actually trying
why don't you guys?
to,
Why don't you guys? You ready to start fighting for real?
Yeah, sure.
All right. Why don't you guys start battling?
Okay.
And I'll sort of talk about what's going on. So,
I may
all right,
have
wait.
already kind of,
Ready?
you know.
Wait, Ethan.
Oh,
ready?
sorry.
Go.
I thought we were going a
So
long time ago.
you can see here that Ethan actually already had 7 points, I guess, while Corey was talking. But the goal here, these guys are
Not my
fighting
fault.
one-on-one, and they're trying to pop as many balloons as they can. You're going to see these balloon spawn points. You can see the timer ticking down there, 10, 9, 8. And what's going to happen when that hits 0 is that there's balloons are going to spawn where these sort of beams of light appear. And these guys are going to be racing to get to the pop those balloons first, and they're going to score points by doing that. What I love about this mode is that even though you're playing online, it's 4-on-4, so there's like constant chaos, and you're never without somebody to try to splat. But these balloon points are drawing you together, so even though it's 1-on-1, you guys are sort of never without some action. Corey already, even though Ethan sort of cheated his way to a 7-point lead, looks like Corey's already made up some ground. He's up 13-4.
waiting for these balloons to show up. Oh, we got these crates here.
Yeah, you can see Corey's about to pick up a can special. The loadout is a little bit more
Oh, I got a sprinkler.
simplified.
Check out the sprinkler.
Let me see that. Yeah, so
Get
it's-
rid of it. Oh, no, I couldn't.
In online multiplayer, you're picking a weapon loadout that has a main weapon, a sub-weapon, and a special weapon. In the one-on-one, it's simplified a bit so that you have a main weapon and a sub-weapon, but the special weapons are actually what you pick up off the ground and sort of get a random one, which you're able to use. See Corey's using a nice use of swinging his own ink there.
Oh, gosh.
Ethan, you're falling a little behind here, 14 to 4.
I know. That's why I had to get a lead out front. I don't know if it's going to help me, though. Corey's been practicing his Battle Dojo skills.
Yeah, the good news is if you take me out here, I actually am going to lose more than 1 point. So the points are tied a little bit, not reflective of how much you have there. So.
I like how you're saying, like, if I'm going to let you catch up with your bit,
right.
splat. And you can see that, like we said at the outset, the turf you're covering with ink isn't counting for points here like it would in Turf War, but it's certainly helping. The more the ground that you have covered, the more that advantage you're getting by being able to use the environment to your advantage. And I think it's important to point out that, as you guys are going to see as we hop into these different, we're going to show some multiplayer, some single player, and this local battle, is that each game mode, I think, especially as this game comes out and everyone's getting their hands on it for the first time, it's really important to learn how to play. I mean, you sort of develop this symbiotic relationship between being the inkling and then turning into a squid and covering maps with ink and then swimming in that ink and using it to your advantage. And all the game modes really work together to sort of develop your skills. So it's 24 to 1 here. We've got 47
double
seconds
points. There's still a chance to come back. There are going to be double points here in the last minute.
There.
And
boom.
Oh, man.
So Corey got the 31st.
My little sneaky maneuver at the beginning did not help me out that much, it turns out. Wow, 30 to 1. You mopped the floor with me.
I have to say, I did spend a little bit more time practicing that one when Ethan was doing work.
So let's hop straight from this into a single-player mission, and just to keep things rolling.
Yes. Yeah, let's move on from Battle Dojo.
Well, we'll see later. Ethan's going to play some multiplayer later. We'll see if his Battle Dojo failings, if maybe he learned a little something he can apply online. I'm going to play through a single-player mission mode. As soon as I hop into it, you guys can maybe sort of set the scene for how that goes.
Yes.
And I'm going to, it's sort of I think what players are going to find is that there's a lot to do in Splatoon, either online, if you're battling multiplayer, or local. So, you've got the single-player campaign, you've got the local one-on-one battles, and I think that both just really have a ton to offer. And
no, they definitely do.
So I'm hopping in here. I'm going to let you guys set the scene as I try to do my thing.
Sure.
Yep.
So in the single-player mode, you've actually got a character named Captain Cuttlefish who introduces you to kind of the campaign where you're going to be fighting the Octarians underground, right? We talked about those octopus arch rivals.
Right.
The levels themselves have a
Octarian alert.
Oh, no.
This is where you're going to go for your story beats for the game.
Let's smoke this guy real quick.
The Octocopters.
You see these guys. The Octarians are kind of sad. Look at this guy. He's literally just a tentacle with a hat. So they're octopuses, in spirit.
They're so ugly you cannot look away.
I'm using my ink abilities here to swim and then dash jump across.
So a lot of these levels too, right? They're kind of teaching you a little bit, but there's content that's exclusive to the single player.
I like to stop and just ink a tree once in a while, just because I get distracted by the tree.
That's a good point, though, Corey. Like, I think people are going to take the skills that they learn in single-player mode into multiplayer, and they'll find
some
that
armor here.
you can trade those skills back and
armor I
forth.
just got.
Kind of get to go at your own pace. Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. It's like a armor there. Safety first.
I'm going to be using all my ink skills that we just talked about. This is an ink rail here.
So yeah, when you spray this rail, you'll automatically
activate it.
You can turn into your squid form
for
quick travel.
He's notorious for trying too many tricks on the ink rail, but hopefully you can
I'm going to talk less.
play it safe this
So
time.
Captain Cuttlefish is giving us some advice there in the bottom. You're seeing kind of acts as your narrator.
And your guide tells you about what you're facing.
Yes. Sorry.
Way to take out those octopus.
So, and you'll see that as I'm taking my time, I've just knocked those guys out, but you always want to take a little time and sort of, I'm covering some turf to my advantage.
You're seeing that he's making sure to spray down kind of a lane of ink so he can get that dash jump instead of just jumping.
All right, so check this out. Look at this. Look at this. And I should point out, this is only the third mission in the game. This is one of the first 3 that you'll be able to play. So, it's not as crazy as it gets later in the game. But, I've got 5 Octarians up here. There's 2 Octo Troopers.
Yeah, when you have to deal with multiple enemies at once, things can get out of hand really quickly.
Check this out. I'm going to lay a little bit of ink down.
Ink
Check this out, though. Lay a little ink down. Sneak in here. Wait a minute. Uh-oh. Look at these guys.
It's like Captain Cuttlefish. Come on.
Watch this. Watch when I pop up.
Push the R stick. Oh, nice.
Too bad I got an ink.
Nicely done. Inkzuka in the face. You got it.
And you can see the...
Careful,
oh,
careful.
It ran out.
Whew.
The meter.
You can see
ran
as I'm
out.
in that enemy ink that I'm taking a lot of damage there. Luckily I've got my armor, so I can take an extra damage.
Yeah.
Good view up here.
Yeah, you can actually. This is a great point in this. I'm just gonna take a look around here since we've got a little time. You can look at that. You can see where I've come from. Totally left a little trail there.
Yeah, no, you can definitely look back and see your progress. These stages in the single player mode are basically great sort of puzzle platformer challenges for you to complete, and they get more complicated as you go through story mode.
This is a wall. This is like,
And you can see, I mean, there's already a ton going on here, and like Morgan said, this is just third stage.
Like
so
one of the 5Ks I did trying to get
there's
up
an
that
Octo
wall.
Trooper. If I put some ink down,
bad memories.
Bad memory. I had to get helped over. Only I could have turned into a squid.
And as you progress further into enemy territory, you're going to notice they've already covered the ground with their ink. So you have to think
they're
about
working hard.
These are my favorites. They ride around on their little vehicles, spreading their ink.
and they try to cover up as I put them down. Look at he kind of gets bogged down in
his
my
little
ink color.
dance. Yeah.
He's so content with like just putting that ink down that he's not even noticing I'm sneaking up behind.
Those aren't the smartest Octarians.
Ink rail again. It's going to take you to your next area.
Checkpoint.
All right, we're in the home stretch on this stage here.
Yep.
We can kind of see
So I'm
these
gonna-
zapfish
See, I'm
right
always
up ahead.
I'm always taking time to
Have
lay
you
some
mentioned
down.
Fish yet?
Yeah, not as much. So the story in this single-player campaign finds this giant zapfish, which is the kind of power source
Right.
of Inkopolis, which is home of the
about to level
the
up
Inklings.
level up my armor
and the
again.
Octarians stole the giant zapfish, great zapfish, took
You
it
gotta
underground,
get that guy back.
and it is your objective to recover the
Let's
great
get
zapfish.
a little more
So
serious here. I've got an
each stage in the
got an
game
Octo
also has
Bomber.
a small zapfish to rescue, which we're trying to.
I think Morgan's trying to get us.
See, look
to
at this
have
guy.
some
We've never
serious
seen.
time.
No one's ever seen this guy. That's an Octo Bomber. Look at this big boy. Look at that.
How is he being held up?
Still
That's
befuddled.
a lot of power
Yeah,
with that
there you
propeller
go.
to hold that guy.
So I
up.
got I got an Ink Zuka here to finish the level. I actually already took him out. I didn't need it, but I'm going to use it to lay a little more ink down to clear my way to the goal. I can see that Zapfish up there waiting for me to save him. And again, always use my ink.
I'm
Always.
transfixed by your ink dive, and you're doing a great job.
All right, here I'm going to make my final push.
Nicely
Nice.
done.
There he
There
is,
he
sweet,
is.
sweet Zapfish. Actually, I'm going to take a little look at him. Look at this guy.
Yeah.
Save me.
So this is
Save
what
me.
each stage
Going in, buddy,
each
I got
stage
you.
has one of these that you're trying to collect, with your ultimate goal of collecting the great sapfish.
Yes.
Nicely done.
Thank
that
you.
was really
Got a
good.
little bonus there.
I practiced it a little bit. So
Yeah.
now though, let's take a minute here.
Shifting
talk
gears.
about something else we saw in the direct.
Okay.
Amiibo?
Splatoon Amiibo.
Splatoon Amiibo.
Yes.
Well,
So
hold on, just one
You
second.
got some?
oh,
Just 1 second. Let me hand these out to you
I'll
guys.
give
You wanna
Morgan
pass that
the
down?
Inkling squid.
oh,
Yeah.
this is so cool.
So we
Take
saw
the
that
Inkling boy.
there are three types.
This is actually
three types of
this is
Amiibo.
the first time I've ever held
Seen
one
him
of
in
these.
real life?
Yes.
Yeah, I know.
Well, you'll have to give him
This
back.
is. Oh man, we can't keep these. Okay.
These are great. So
Yeah, these are
way-
the three different
I
kinds we
think
have.
Let me give him back to
I'm
you.
gonna. I might have to buy. I know that I opened my Amiibo. Ethan, I think, keeps
Take a
his
good
sealed
look.
at home,
Yeah.
so he'll probably buy 2 of them. But
Yeah.
so the way that Amiibos work in Splatoon is really neat. So the way that the single player works is you just saw me play a mission. When you beat missions in the single player campaign and then you scan in your Amiibo, the Amiibo will actually challenge you
That's
to replay that mission with a different sort of challenge.
Yep.
So each Amiibo might challenge it to use a different weapon. We didn't point this out as I was playing through, but in the single player, you're always playing with the same ink gun.
The
it's
splatter
sort of
shot,
this
right?
Basic hero shot. Yeah, it's a version
Yeah.
of the splatter shot.
Yep.
Unique to single player. And as the Amiibo, though, will challenge you to replay those levels with a different weapon.
Exactly, and it does change the gameplay up more than you would think. And by completing those challenges, you're going to unlock some exclusive gear for each Amiibo, which is
So
really cool.
here I am back in that same mission I just played.
We just tapped the Inkling boy.
Yep.
Is what we just did.
Inkling boy, he's
So we're on
challenged me
to
to
an
be-
Amiibo
and
challenge.
I've got a roller now, and first glance,
But normally,
this
yeah,
is
you're
going to look
playing
like
this-
the same map that I just
Yep.
played, which
Right.
it is. But
Got the roller now.
when you've only ever played these missions with one weapon, and suddenly you're going through it with a roller, it's a different story.
It's a different field for sure.
So one thing with the roller that he's got now is, first of all, you've got, you can just hold down the ZR button, right? And you can just keep on rolling.
And it feels so good. to
It
keep
feels
on
really
rolling.
good, but it acts as a little bit more of a melee weapon. It doesn't have as much
Right.
range.
There's
so
there's very little range on that.
those octocopters and octobombers that you had no problems with.
And he's
a
also
second
showing
ago.
us like that secondary attack. You
Oh,
can
the little
fling
fling
the ink.
Yeah,
of
that's
the ink.
like
Still
right,
not great
right.
range, but you can get some things that are in front of you with that.
But see, like before, I kind of jumped right over this part. I'm actually not as scared of this as before.
Right,
'cause
you
I
just
can
run in there.
roll.
There you go.
And I'm collecting some power eggs here. We didn't talk about that either, but you can see my counter going up on the upper right. Those are power
Kinda
eggs.
acts as
Power eggs I'm collecting. Those are what I use to level up my basic hero gear.
Within single-player mode.
Within
only.
single-player mode only, yeah. The gear you power up in those eggs you run in single player are totally different than the gear that you will be, buying and using in multiplayer.
In multiplayer, right?
So that's a little taste of Amiibo Challenge. It's great because it gives you a chance. Each Amiibo has different challenges.
Do you want to take us
So
out
we
with
saw
an
a little
rail
bit of
jump?
Yeah. So I'm gonna try a little style move right here. 360 off the
Oh,
No idea.
I did that on purpose.
Why,
Yeah, right.
Why we did that.
We're jumping out. We don't want to show too much Amiibo content right now. I think people are going to be really excited to get home.
We
and
saw a
scan
little bit of
those
the
in.
gear that you can get too, right?
Yeah.
We saw the
if you beat their challenges, you're going to
awesome.
get gear that you can only get by beating those Amiibo challenges.
Yeah.
So,
Cool.
you guys ready to do some online multiplayer?
Let's do some
Let's do it.
online turf war multiplayer. Watching you play with that roller just like made me want to
It's time.
grab the
It is time to
controller
get
out of
busy.
your
Are you saying
hands.
you're gonna use a roller?
I think I'm gonna start with the roller.
So we're going to show you guys some different weapons in the online. There's a wide variety of stuff, and I think
There
that
is.
as people get their hands on this game, you're really going to find that different weapons suit you in different ways. Different weapons are more useful on different maps, and
It just creates a huge variety of ways that the matches can play out, depending on what the different members of each team have selected, is going to determine just all kinds of different play styles.
yeah, for sure.
So you're going with the roller.
I went with the roller. Man, the first time I ever experienced the roller, or even saw the roller, I mean, it just looks so much fun. You've never had a shooter style game with the roller. You've never really had a need.
Well, you've
to
never
cover
need,
ground.
it would be like playing like I don't know, like with a giant sword, but instead
Yeah.
you're like dragging it along the ground to I don't know.
Here we
do
go.
What.
Turf war. So again, we talked about this being the main mode of online.
Yes.
Main mode of Splatoon,
We showed this to be
right?
3, but we only showed it with one.
We showed it with the
it's
splatter
bread and
shot.
It's the bread and butter of Splatoon, right?
So-
Corey, you start fighting. We'll remind everyone home. I know there's people that know a lot
Alright.
about Splatoon. There's people that might be tuning for the first time. This is Turf War. It's a 3-minute round. You can see the timer going down. The match will not end before those 3 minutes are up. Each team is battling to cover as much of the ground of this whole level in their team's color ink,
Right.
and that can change totally dynamically. We can see on the smaller screen you guys are seeing at home. That's Corey's gamepad screen, and the gamepad
Right.
is absolutely crucial to Turf War. You can see that the only way to really tell until the end of the match which team is winning or losing is you're trying to judge. Like
put
right
down
now,
a
I would,
special.
like right now,
Put
I
down
would
a special
say
weapon.
orange
Yep.
is up. I don't know, 53%. I have no idea.
That
We
was
can
crazy.
look at-
Did you see that special? That was the killer whale.
That was
Will be.
that was one
that
of our
was an ink
teammates'
strike.
special
Look out.
weapons. So as I'm laying down my ink right here, you're seeing in the upper right, I'm filling up my special meter.
Yes.
And once I get that filled up all the way, I'm able to click the right stick. Oh no!
Look out!
Get out
Look
of
out.
there, get out
Oh,
of there.
good.
It's
Yeah, I
ready.
think
It's
you're
ready.
safe.
Fire that bad
Careful,
boy
careful.
out.
Oh man!
It's all right. You got splatted, but your special meter it's going to go down a little bit, but
Yeah.
you're not going to lose all that
Right.
progress.
So on the Wii U gamepad, this is probably a good chance to mention. On the Wii U gamepad, if I tap a location of one of my teammates who's alive, I can do a super jump
Right
and
back
get
into the action.
quickly back into the action
Yeah.
without waiting from my spawn point to get back.
We
into
should
the
also
action.
mention that you chose
Right,
the
you found some
roller.
you found a nice chunk of like
nobody's even been over here.
unclaimed turf up here.
I turned into a squid there since that was a.
All right, you've got the killer whale is ready.
So this is my special. Once
Launch
I
that
drop
thing
it
off.
down, anyone unlucky enough
Deploy.
to be in that range there. Oh, it looks
Yeah, that's
I
like a
was missed.
giant. I don't know what it is, like some sonic
Somebody
shockwave.
right
That would
there.
take out
There we
basically
go.
anyone
I
in his
just got
path.
somebody.
Oh man,
Turn that
guy
corner
was
too
waiting
tight.
for you.
You've got a
around the corner.
minute 20 seconds left here. The thing
So-
I love about Turf War is the matches are never over till they're over.
Right.
There's
Right.
no point where you look
going
down
to
at the
their
turf
base.
map
I'm
and
gonna
feel like
super
we're
jump into
complete.
their
We're never
base.
going to come
No,
back.
it's you got to keep fighting and ink until the end. He chose the roller weapon. That's his main weapon, but it's important to mention that each main weapon you select comes as part of a set.
Yep.
With a sub weapon and a special weapon.
So I've got the.
And what's your special right now?
My
You've got
special
the-
is the killer whale.
You've got the
but
killer whale.
My sub, I need to get some more ink real quick.
Yeah.
You can actually see my ink tank on the back.
Yeah, you can see
too.
that his ink is refilling faster as,
As
he's
you
in his
duck
own
into
color
your
ink
into
in
your own
squid
ink.
form.
Yep.
But I wanna
Hopefully we'll
fire
get
off
that
a
meter up
quote.
and you can get your killer whale off. Oh, get that guy.
I need to.
Oh my gosh, they're all around you. Wow.
That's
Oh, I
like
got
that's like a
splatted.
classic moment. I've had that where two people have rollers and like you're sitting there like, and you're right next to someone, but you
Yeah.
can't attack very far, so you just end up kind of chasing them with your own roller.
It's time to think about ink right now.
Yeah.
Put some ink down. Push them back.
Oh,
my
man.
gosh.
Okay, I'm gonna have to be quick.
Last
here.
20
Roller
seconds.
versus
I'm gonna be
roller.
quick. I'm gonna super jump.
I
Right
always-
back into action.
This is always the point of the match where I'm just like eyeballing the gamepad screen completely because I'm trying to figure out how
You see how
close is
furiously
the match.
He was hammering.
I need to be
to-
quick.
to-
need to be
to
quick.
super
No.
jump.
Oh,
Oh.
man, I jumped right into the
Yeah,
middle. He was kinda
they've
waiting.
pushed you guys back a bit.
So I
into your own
haven't seen
area.
your gamepad screen a bit, so this is going to be totally a surprise.
It's gonna be a little bit blue there.
It's a little
Yeah,
blue.
We've got
blue
Judd the
push
cat at
the
the
end.
end of each match.
Wowzers.
Lays down the law, lets you know Who wins the turf war? That was
Wow.
the blue team that time.
Well, and that last one, you came up against somebody else with a roller, and they just got the jump on you, and that rolling attack, when you get somebody, it's almost one hit and you're done. So,
And you can see your,
disappointment.
hey, you know what? You're still a grand champion to me, Corey.
So
Thank you.
let's show. That was a good. We showed off some roller. Let's load up a different weapon and hop
Okay.
back into another turf war.
I think I'm gonna go with the Splat Charger
Splat Charger.
as my selection. Yeah,
Okay.
So
I'll leave you guys to maybe
And I-
talk about the match commentary as I
hope
get going.
That, I hope that as people are watching these matches, I mean, we're going to show 3 matches of turf war with 3 different weapons,
Right.
Which is just a tiny amount of the weapon sets that are available in the game, and I think that it's hopefully going to become clear that the dynamic of like the team you're on, the way the match is going, what weapon you have can really change like the way that you play,
Oh, yeah.
the strategies you use, like just the tendencies you might have.
Yeah, you're going to see that definitely with the Charger because, I mean, we're seeing, a few today, but with the roller, we were able to move so fast and cover so much ink so quickly. Here, you're going to be able to see Ethan lay down
So
with the
there's-
Splat Charger, these like lanes of ink, right? He's actually charging it down.
You can see him; he's holding it down. It's sort of like it looks kind of like a sniper rifle that people might be familiar with, but it's a little different because it's you're saying in that third-person perspective, but you are getting that you're shooting that long line of ink out, which I
gonna
think can be equally
immediately
useful
try
for
and go for the
targeting.
high ground.
Yeah.
Oh,
no,
nice high
Ethan's-
ground.
Ethan's got, watch out.
Look,
for
there's
the
somebody
other
with
side.
it. You see that? Someone's
got-
got the same weapon
Yeah.
coming back at him.
you can get a little bit of range here. Oh, yeah.
Oh, they see me up here.
Oh no! Careful!
Oh, no!
Get in there!
Oh, I
man.
tried to get away. Did not work out.
And what's great though is because it's not just targeting something in the far distance, but it's laying down that long line of ink, is that you can also use that strategically with your teammates too.
We've seen a lot of folks that right off the bat, from the spawn point when a match starts, you can just fire that lane, create that quick lane. All of your teammates can swim in that ink,
Yeah.
and
And Ethan's
get
even
moving
doing
a
that.
lot
Oh,
quicker.
nicely
beautiful.
done.
Get out of here, Kimmy.
And see, that was a good example. Like that happened really fast. But what Ethan did was he laid down a line of ink,
Yep.
swam up it, saw somebody, popped up, shot another one,
Oh,
and took
nice.
him out.
Oh, that was really nice. Your sub weapon, of course, here I believe is the Splat Bomb, which kind of will ricochet off.
Oh, gosh.
and
Oh,
count
gosh.
down.
I'm
Oh,
getting stuck.
Oh, nice. That was a great shot.
Yeah, I got lucky.
So
there.
the
They
guy,
won't
had,
get
the
it off
guy
there.
had put down a killer whale right there, but he was still standing there behind you, just like checking it out.
You'll
I
see
guess.
also that oh, there's somebody up there too. The Splat Charger isn't the most efficient weapon for spraying ink on the ground, especially compared to the roller. Oh, gosh, that's
I
danger.
love
That's
it.
danger.
I love it.
That's danger. I'm stuck. Oh, no.
So that's the splash wall. If you were to walk into the
gosh.
opposing teams, that would be deadly.
But it's important, Ethan. I think what the point you were going to make is that you can just rapidly tap the trigger and shoot
Right.
small. But you don't have to charge it
Yeah,
up.
yeah. Like
It's
I
just
can
gonna-
kind of fire it more rapidly like this to cover some ground with ink. It doesn't. I lose range when I do that. But oh gosh.
Oh, nice. Get out of there. You've got your special right now, by the way.
Okay.
Your bomb rush.
Thank
so,
you. I'm gonna turn that on and just start
he
throwing.
can push the R button to throw as many bombs as he can, as long as that meter's got some ink
Oh,
there.
there to my left. Oh, I didn't see him there.
So-
One move too late.
You've got a little under a minute left. And
Yeah, let's see if we can. Let's see if we can take a look at your gamepad map and see how the match is going. Because again,
Get ready
it's
to super jump back into the action.
it's looking a little orange heavy, especially in the
Yeah.
bottom.
Let's see if I can toss a couple bombs down there. Oops.
I feel like
Come on, ink.
toward the end of the match is always when. Well, at any point in the map, I think you're looking at the gamepad map to sort of figure out who's winning
All
or
right.
losing. But
It
things
really
can
is
swing
vital.
so dramatically in the last 20, 30
I gotta see if I
seconds.
can get back into the
with the
battle
gamepad
here.
map too, you can't see your opponent's locations, but you can guess where they are based on where ink is starting to be laid down.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
you'll know where you want to head. I mean, it is a vital piece of communication and
Well,
intel for you.
And it's nice because you could be in a certain area, and you'd be like, okay, I've covered all this territory. There's nothing else I can do here, and then super jump over to.
You guys have
Blue's
made
making a bit of
really
a
strong
comeback here.
You guys were like getting dominated
Come
a
on,
second
cover
ago.
kick.
Oh man,
Everything you touch.
Ugh. Whew. Man, they were
this
pushing us-
one will
I
actually
don't
be
know.
a
I'm
little bit closer than my
looks
match.
kind of like orange.
I think it's. I think.
What
you
do we
guys
got,
might have
Judd? What do we
taken it.
got?
Oh yeah!
Yeah, we did it.
Nice
I'm
job, man.
surprised by that.
See, what's funny is I didn't want to say it out loud, but I actually thought you lost.
I know,
But it's so close.
Well, that
Why
kind of
would
makes
you
a game
think
in
that?
itself because you have to wait a few seconds for those results to arrive.
That's why Judd the Cat judges who wins
Yeah.
and loses, not
So wait, who's up next?
not us.
So I think Morgan's gonna go
Yeah,
for
I think it's my
a
turn.
spin.
Your turn. All right.
And
We're gonna switch
That
up
was
weapons
intense. I gotta calm it back down again.
again.
Yeah.
yeah, good work though.
Thank
You
you.
brought glory back to us on the Treehouse.
Right?
Um,
kind of.
I can't wait till this game. it's online multiplayer right now. Obviously, the game's not out yet, so we've got some Treehouse elves hiding around the building on other consoles, and I just can't wait to get at for the game to come out.
Yeah,
and to start
it's going to be great to see everybody get their hands on this and jump in.
Morgan's gonna try a new weapon. This weapon's going to be called the Jet Squelcher. It's also a rapid-fire weapon, but it's got a little bit more range.
It's
Right.
it
follows
similar to the splatter shot.
Yeah.
It's a sort of class of weapon, like an ink shooter or shot, whatever we want to call it.
It falls a bit in between the roller in terms of that range, the roller and the splat charger. Like splat charger kind of being long range, roller being the close range extreme. Jet Squelcher is going to be great for that mid-range attacking and for putting ink on the ground.
This one also does come with different sub-weapon and specials. So I believe
we
you've
gotta
got
try
the
and get that
splash
special.
wall with your
yeah, I've got the splash wall. I'm gonna throw in.
Throw a splash wall down.
Throw one down
so
right
you can
here.
See it. Yeah.
Yep.
These are great for like not covering like those corridors where you really don't want anyone getting.
Yeah,
any of your opponents
it puts
who
a little
try
ink
and
on the ground,
charge.
but it also for like choke points or anything like that, you can throw a bunch of those down. And
anybody
really
who tries to charge through that is going to be happy.
Yeah, I'm going to try to get my special up, but I'm also, right early in matches, I always kind of just look for unclaimed turf and just grab it.
No, that's
there's
important too.
Well, and that's building up your special too, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
It's doing two things for you. And you've almost got it. Got a little bit of green action upstairs.
Yeah, you might have some people trying to break in. It looks like.
So I'm hoping we can get the gamepad map up on the screen here. I'm going to fire off my special with the R.
Oh, it's ready to go.
And then we want to see the gamepad here for a second, probably.
I'm going to fire off the special. I'm tapping an area on the gamepad. I'm looking for an area with all green, launching that ink strike. Look at it go over there.
Nicely done. Nicely
done.
done.
You can see it on the gamepad there.
Yeah, you see on the gamepad it caused that.
Did you get anybody there?
I don't know if I actually just aimed for a big area to try to reclaim some turf.
And you probably also struck fear into the heart of your enemies. So.
When you see one of those coming, man,
yeah, it's no good.
Get out of the ring.
Well, it's great because we showed the killer wear earlier, which can wipe out a lot of enemies, but it's not actually putting ink down. Whereas the ink.
Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! Yes! Nicely done.
That
was incredible. Well, and
so tense
Morgan is taking point for his
team
team right now. Like, what he's doing is the most dangerous type of play you can do in a turf war, which is to get into your enemy's territory and cover ink they've covered.
He's just
a cover territory they've covered with your own ink.
That guy wasn't really working that hard to like melee attack me with the roller, but I was stuck in. He was putting out so much ink on the ground that eventually I just sort of got overwhelmed by it.
You guys got a lot. You gonna do a super jump?
Yeah, they've been.
Oh, they're coming. Oh, they're actually. You got somebody coming.
I'm gonna try.
Oh no. Too tough to get out of the way.
This is a close match. I'm looking at the gamepad here. It's about 50-50 right now. But
I'm gonna make a push here. You're
gonna do a
well,
super jump?
you got trouble at home.
Got
that guy right over there.
It's all right. I'm making
Nobody's up.
Yes,
on
get him.
Oh
man. Yeah, when you get in close with somebody with a roller,
I feel like watching a roller come towards me is like something out of a horror
You see it in
movie.
nightmares?
Well, no, I do. I'm like, get me out of here.
One last point we should make, I think. We've just got a few seconds left in this match, but there are going to be people who are going to focus on trying to take out other players, and that's useful, but you've got to remember the only way you win in turf war is by having the most ink.
Well,
and
that's how you're going to get. That's how you're going to get points as well. To then get cash to then go buy new gear, new weapons.
It may take some people who are familiar with multiplayer games a while.
Killer whale.
Oh my gosh, you got killer whaled.
See, I was trying to just blaze to the other side of the base. They've got a really like the map's totally symmetrical, and like that choke point is right in the middle. And basically, we were spending the last half of the map trying to get across that middle point.
Still close, but I think they got you by a couple.
They may have gotten you on this one.
Oh wow!
Wow, it didn't seem quite that that dominating, but. Oh, well, hey, Morgan.
Yeah. It's all right. It's all right. I tried to show off a couple things. I tried to show off an ink strike. I probably
saw the ink strike.
It looked good.
And it's a fine line to try to share the knowledge we have with the world and also play hard. That's my story anyway.
That's right.
But I think that actually proved sort of an opposite point. Like in the end of the turf war, I've talked about how you can have matches that swing in the last 20 seconds. But that team actually, because the maps are often symmetrical in the midpoint, you have that sort of. It's like a tug of war. It's like a tug of war. Exactly. If you can push through or get to the back, and that time they just held that middle ground, and we could never get over 50%.
Yeah, or they would send one person into your base to make you think they were making a rush on your base, and you'd have to deal with them. So there's totally multiple different strategies that can play out on the same map.
Yeah.
I want to play some more.
All right, so I think it's time to show another thing we showed in the direct: Splat Zones.
Splat Zones,
which is a ranked battle. Corey, why don't you?
Are we showing this? We're doing it?
Let's do it.
We're doing it.
Okay. I need redemption.
Corey, we showed it in the direct, but bring us back up to
Yeah,
speed here.
so Turf War, again, the main game, regular battle, where you're trying to cover as much territory as you can. With Ranked Battle, this is a mode where you have to even like level up your Inkling through online battles to level 10 before you're even going to be able to play this.
Got to prove that you're worthy of
That
ranked
said,
battles.
Ranked Battle, the rules are going to be a little bit different. As you said, Splat Zones is one of the modes.
Yep.
And the rules here is you're going to try to claim a piece of territory and hold it as long as you can to count down time.
All right,
So-
well, let's see it.
All right.
Again, you know, you're shifting that focus. You're still putting ink on the ground. It's still going to be a useful pathway. You're going to be building up your special meter again. But that's not the win condition this time.
And I think we've talked a little bit about that, and I think it's one of those things that we like to talk about because it becomes so second nature when you play the game that you never just because this mode doesn't count the ink you put on the ground like near your base or something. You're always shooting. You're always swimming
ink.
through it.
This is also a mode that is geared towards the more competitive player, right? We want
Yeah, it's objective-based. I think a lot of people are familiar with different objective-based online multiplayer modes.
Right.
So we can see that splat zone. We sort of see those.
So I'm
that
heading.
rectangular.
The splat zone is right in the middle of this map. I'm going to make my way there
now
right
you can see where that dotted outline
this-
is. That's the zone.
Oh gosh.
So the
somebody's up
team
there.
that fills
Got a
that
little choke point down.
rectangle
Yeah,
with
once they have
their ink,
a high enough percentage to take control of it, the timer will start ticking down. Each team right now has 100 seconds on their timer.
This is being hotly
And basically,
contested right
you know, it's not that you can't take out the other players right now. You can certainly splat them, but that's not counting toward the objective your team is trying to, you know, the win condition necessarily.
Yep.
Somebody's behind me.
Wow, no team has taken it yet.
This is hotly contested here.
Oh, where did he come
gosh.
from?
That was
My
like a
goodness,
dive-
Bobby.
diving
Eric
overhand.
jumped in with
So-
his roller.
Diving overhand roll.
No one's
slap.
taken it yet.
All right, they just captured the zone.
They
so
have captured it now.
So they've taken control. And
Their
you get-
timer's ticking down.
Corey just super jumped in. Super important point that for games like this, even you don't have to run your way all the way back to the zone.
Nice. So
Neutralize
you
it.
neutralize it, which you'll notice stopped their timer from ticking down. And now you've taken it,
Nice.
so your timer is now ticking down, and they've got to try and take it back.
And I really don't want to be in there.
Yeah.
I think they're going to try to come
And you
up
can
here
see
to one of
it's
these
devious
zones.
the way that the zones have been set up in each map. They're going to make this kind of
you
ring
took the lead.
of attack. So the team that's trying to hold the zone is going to
bomb
be
rush.
constantly having to defend people around them. And in this map, you can see
there
that
he is.
the zone is surrounded by high
I was
points.
Focus
So
on my
All right, so
bomb
the other
rush.
team's back in control. That's all right.
once you've got control of the zone in this map, you've got to be looking above you, all
I'm gonna
around you.
super jump back in, away from the zone. I don't want to be actually in the zone. Let's
Get in there. Come on.
Just hide for a second.
You're winning right now. Yes.
Nice, neutralize. Take it back. Take it back.
Okay. Ink Strike, as you
can
just
see
saw.
they're working off the penalty now for losing so they're working off that penalty counter before they get back into their main
Right.
seconds counter.
Right, that number below the main one up there.
And this mode, like you said, it's always a little bit it's stressful in the
Got
sense
him
that
at
you
the
see
first
one.
spot.
If you've got control of the zone, you're standing there trying to protect it. You see one of the enemy team, you know that all
he's
the
gonna
other
go up this,
all their teammates have to
watch
do is
this guy.
tap on them to jump back in. So
Get up there.
one enemy
Got
can
it.
turn into 2 or 3 in like a heartbeat.
Oh yeah. And you know this is pretty close at the moment.
gosh.
They've got about 2.5 minutes left.
They use their ink strike in there, but
Yeah, nice.
no avail.
Nice. Oh, get out of there! Get out of there!
Oh dang, that was a really well placed killer whale. But what I was saying is
All right,
that
your team's
if
still in control. If you can get back in there, you guys definitely have the advantage. All right, you lost control, but
no team
Your
gets
counter
their
is-
counter down to 0 by the
somebody-
end of the match,
What do we got?
the team that has the lowest number is going to win.
yes.
Oh gosh,
Um,
somebody's up there. Oh wow.
You guys have
Look at
a
that
bit of a
ball.
healthy lead right now. Just keep pushing, but you've
Yeah,
got
but
a
they've
pretty
got a-
high penalty counter too.
That's right. They're working it down.
Oh,
All right. I'm just
that-
transfixed by the action. And what's
Oh, man,
now
I
the
had
fight
my-
has
I
kind of
had my-
moved away from the splat zone here.
Yeah.
Well, we're still counting down. But
Yeah, which is fine for you guys, right? You guys are winning by about 40 points, so
Yeah.
it's
minute
okay
45
if
left.
they
I think
can't
if
take
you
it
guys
back.
can-
That's fine.
Oh man,
You guys
I
can get
now
control.
they're gonna put right in there.
You
know
can
they're
get
gonna push
control
it,
one
yeah.
more time. I think you can probably take this. You just worked off. Oh, you almost worked the penalty off. But
Oh well.
it's all right.
It's okay. They've got more work to do than you guys.
Let's see if we can get this back.
Nice, got this
Nice.
last
Oh,
ball.
Nice splash ball in
Oh
there.
no, I kind of went back into that. I should have
That's
used
okay.
a
It's hard
burst
to
bomb.
know when to pull back and when to hold your ground.
And we should know.
Defending the splat
We didn't
zone
really
is
mention the
super
fact what weapon you're using this round, Corey, but you're using the basics, the splatter shot.
I am using
sort
the
of
splatter
the,
shot.
the standard
Oh,
weapon.
there we go.
New game mode, so we just had you load in
Nice,
with
guys.
sort of the most all-around weapon available.
Yeah, and make sure not to hate on the splatter shot because
Oh,
I love
it.
that thing.
It's so good.
It's
even though
it's
it's
a
one of the first
classic.
weapons you get, it is super useful.
I was trying to act as a barrier between them and
That's
the
all right.
splat zone.
You lost
still
it, but you guys have the
You guys have a
lead here.
commanding lead. I think that if you can, there's 40 seconds left. It looks like neither team's probably going to win by getting the counter all the way
Nicely
down.
done. It's a good jump back in
I
the
actually
action.
want to.
Okay. Oh gosh.
Oh, he flung his ink on me. It looked like we got each other.
This is that
though.
point where in the match where I'm like mashing on the super jump button. Like,
Yeah,
Oh,
you
this
get
is
in there,
going to
get
be
in there.
actually a
guys
really
traded
interesting
splats.
match because we could have a
20 seconds
could have
left,
overtime
Corey.
potentially.
Oh man, they're taking it down. Are they gonna get 20,
No.
25 or lower? Don't let it happen.
Oh my gosh! Are you kidding me? I didn't
Forgot
jump.
about dude. Salt Spray Rig is a dangerous map. It's got a lot of places you can fall off. This is super close.
I think we're gonna get it.
1 second.
No.
Okay. Whew. They made a push at the end though.
Yeah.
That was that was tight.
I don't know that I've seen one come down that tight.
That was ridiculously close.
Nicely done.
Ooh.
Very good.
3 points. Oh my
That
god! I'm
is
like
intense.
sweating a little
I've
bit
actually
right
never
now.
seen one that intense. I
No.
feel like somehow you reclaim glory that I lost by losing the last one.
One thing we didn't talk about as much either, right? You see these dynamic ranks like C- through, you're gonna be able to get up to
Yeah,
A+.
it's a ranked battle, so
You
you,
just ranked
you
up
actually
to
have a
C,
rank that's
so-
going up and
My
down.
mom would be proud.
And we didn't mention it either. We already went past it, but each turf war or ranked battle, when you're on a winning or losing team, you also get ranked first to fourth in terms of how well you
Right.
did, which is
Right.
kind of nice. You know,
See
you're on
how
the,
well you did in
you
a
could
match.
be the best
but-
player on the worst team or vice versa.
Yeah,
So
if you see people with a higher rank than you in splat zones, look out because you know.
Well,
they're-
you're going
they're
to be
good.
ranked more dynamically with
That's
people
true.
that,
That's
that
true.
have your rank within ranked battle.
Yep.
So we're actually out of time, guys. We showed a little bit of everything. We showed some single player. We showed some Battle Dojo one-on-one. We played some online multiplayer.
Yep.
Showed off ranked battles. Man, that Nintendo Direct, I'm still processing that in the back of
I
my
know.
mind.
There's a
That
lot
was
of information
some,
to chew
you know,
through.
Thank you, Corey. Thank
Thank
you,
you.
Ethan, Morgan, and for the Treehouse Live team. Thanks, guys. See you next time.
Take care.
Thank you.